Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Susan Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the state of Minnesota where it is winter. Oh my goodness, it was so cold today. But you know how to bundle up and you wear lots of layers and you don't go without a scarf and gloves. Although I didn't have gloves today. Anyway, enough about the weather. Let's talk about stamping. I had so much fun at Card Ministry today. We were making Easter cards, and then we had a potluck. Boy, those ladies can cook as well as stamp and create cards. It was so much fun. It was nice to have some social time with people. Anyway, these are the places you can find me. I am consistently North Star Stamper on the web. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, a little bit on Instagram, Pinterest, and my website, my personal website that I maintain. Stampin' Up! Maintains a lot of the things that are on northstarstamper.stampinup.net, and that's where you shop. Contact me at susan@northstarstamper.com. So thank you for joining me today. Hello, Mom and Dad. Thanks for being here. I was going to wait till more people got on before I say something, and there's Kathy. Hello, Kathy. And I wanted to say happy birthday to my mom tomorrow. Hopefully your card will be there on time. I think I was a little late mailing it. And I'm also going to wait to see if Alma joins us, because Steve's birthday is Wednesday. His card was just mailed today. I think his card's going to be late. I just kept forgetting to get it to the mailbox. Oh, I had it ready on Friday. Anyway, hello. Thank you for joining me today. The first thing I'm going to talk about, we are making 2 cards today, and we'll get to those, but I want to share some other things first. The Heirloom Arrangements Kit. This was one of the kits that was released last week. Right? Last Tuesday, I think. This is an awesome kit, and I'll show it to you in a minute. They do give you instructions. It cracks me up. They tell you exactly where to put the adhesive. It just, that's what that line there is. They give you tear and tape in this kit. They tell you where to put your dimensionals, and if it were a little dark dot, that would be where to put your glue dots. But they include the adhesives in this kit, so you might need scissors. I don't think you do actually for this one, but it comes with a block and an ink spot, which is pecan pie, and a stamp set, which it's hard to see stamp sets like this, isn't it? So they have been giving us this insert for our kits. They're doing it in Paper Pumpkin as well. This is a kit that's in the kits collection, so you can just purchase it. You don't need to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. This is not a Paper Pumpkin kit. This is a kits collection kit, so it's just available for purchase. Look at these great stamps, and I think they are actual size. Let's see. Yeah. So that little butterfly, they actually fit right like that. So these are actual size on here. So you could keep this with your stamp set so you know what is in this. I haven't found a good way to store these yet. I'm still thinking about that. When I need one of the stamps like this or from Paper Pumpkin, it takes me forever to find it. But anyway, if Nan is on here, she may have some great ideas for storing little stamp sets like this, because I know she loves Paper Pumpkin. So let's take a look at this kit. Enough of me babbling. There's our ink spot and some dimensionals, and there's a block in there. It's the size of a D block, but it's thinner, saving money on the kits to keep our costs down. And then the tear and tape. You don't need scissors for that. Great envelopes. Oh, I didn't realize there were 2 different kinds. So they've got the web and then like an old book or something. I don't know. And then card bases. You get some of each of those too. Oh, I have, I don't know, I forget how many cards there are in this kit. But anyway, 8 cards. And so they give you directions on how to make 2 of them. Where'd it go? Let's see. I know they're here somewhere. There was a nice place for them. Anyway, these 2 cards. And then they give you ideas for the rest of the kit, because there is a lot of, I'm calling them ephemera. They're very much like our mix and match packs. So if you like these kinds of cards, and it's an heirloom is a perfect name for it. So if you like these kinds of things, but you don't like to color, this is your kit. I mean, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? I would never be able to color it like that. But they did the coloring for me, so all I have to do is put it together. And there's some vellum pieces. And here's one. This would be kind of fun. There we go. So let's see. The back side is white. The front looks like basic beige. You could color that if you want to color, but if you don't like to color, they're done for you. And they give you lots of great ideas on how to lay your cards out. I was looking at the directions here. Oh, there are a lot more pieces. Look at those butterflies and flowers and tags and, oh gosh, all kinds of fun things. And then circles and little banners for your sentiments. You could stamp the butterfly in there. Oh boy, here come the ideas. I noticed that in both of these cards, they use 5 elements, like 2 tags and then a butterfly and 2 flowers. 2 tags, a butterfly, and 2 flowers. So we can learn from that. Try that with your next card. Do 2 elements, maybe pattern paper, they bannered that one, a shape and stamp on it or whatever. 2 flowers and a butterfly, and see what your card looks like. Stamp on the background, add some color. So much we can learn from these kits. So I'm anxious to play with this one. And I will share with you what I do with it. So it'd be kind of fun to use this with just elements from your stash as well. If you like to add texture, change out one of those banners for a banner that you have made out of cardstock and emboss it in your embossing machine, or stamp on it, or emboss it on it with heat embossing. That would be kind of fun. Add some gold. So lots and lots of ideas. I need to stop talking or I'm going to run out of, I'm going to have so many ideas, I'm going to want to use that instead. So, all right, Alma, I'm glad you're here. Hello, hello, because I was thinking of you, and I think you bought this bundle, didn't you? The Ocean Friends, and I owe you card kits. I'm going to work on those tonight yet. So I was playing around with this last week after my Monday video, and so I was playing around with colors. So I'm calling this the fill-in and this the outline. So this is not full size. They are bigger than what's on the front here. So this was just Summer Splash. I stamped off the filler and left the outline full strength. And I'll just list here. Summer Splash and Blueberry Bushel. Pretty in Pink and Blueberry Bushel. Lemon Lime Twist and Melon Mambo. And Peach Pie with Pumpkin Pie. So I found that one is most realistic. But I was playing around. And I'll do this in order. I'm going to share with you what I learned. So I always stamp the dark one first so that I can see it. And that would be the Melon Mambo. And then I stamped what I thought was very accurate with my Lemon Lime Twist. And then I used the dies to cut it out. And can you see on the legs? You can't even see the Lemon Lime Twist there. So my trick for getting a nice die cut like this one, where you can actually see the Lemon Lime Twist on all the legs and the pincers, and it's nicely centered on there. So my trick is, okay, you know that when I put stamps that have these, I'll call them outliers, so these legs, if they're bent a little bit and you go to die cut it, or if you have a detailed punch and those aren't just so, your punching or die cutting isn't going to be exact. So I like to set it on my paper for just a second, or 5 seconds, whatever. That's long enough. And then I pick it up with my block. That way those, in this case, his legs are where they're supposed to be to fit the die cut. So then I did that with the stamp, and then I stamped on Melon Mambo, and I just die cut it. You can see that's pretty close. I like how the legs here are centered. Those are off a little bit, but it may have just been my die cutting. And then with this die cut, I took this one, and again, I set it on my, I just dropped something. I set it on a piece of paper and let it sit for a minute. And then I picked it up with my block. And then I could see exactly where I was going to stamp. And that's how I got that to be, oh, I bent his leg. Got that to be so precise. So those are my tips for using these detailed stamps and getting a nice print and a nice die cut. So that's that. And of course, flowers are another one that are notorious, where the stem has to be exactly so for the die to cut it out perfectly. So if you're fussy cutting, probably not as big a deal. But that is Ocean Friends. Okay. So the kit and Ocean Friends. I think we're good. All right. So, cards. I have 2 fun folds for you. This is the, oh goodness, I should know the names of these by now. The Bloom Impressions and Designer Series paper. It is a celebration item that you can get free with a $60 purchase during celebration, which ends February 28th. This Designer Series paper is on low inventory, and I can't imagine they're going to reorder it. So if you like this, order sooner instead of later. That's just my warning. So this card really came to be because I wanted to use this paper. And I had a piece that was vertical. You can see these stems of the flowers. I was going to go sideways, but I didn't want my flowers to be sideways on my card. So that's how this card came to be. And I like the little pocket. And I used a punch, the Petal Punch, which is still current, even though we don't have a stamp set to coordinate with it. But that's where I got my flowers. Just a scrap of this paper. And I made a pocket. Now, if you don't like pockets and tags, let's see if I can get that in there. Put that back in. If you don't like pockets with tags, you could just adhere this down completely. I used 2 glue dots, 1 in each corner, to create my pocket. But if you don't like pockets, you could just adhere that down and use that as part of your base and add something different to it. So that's what we're doing today with different paper from that same pack. So you, obviously you do see both sides, and I like this layout because you do see both sides, and this one has the blue. Looks like sky, doesn't it? And the flowers on the other side. So I have my cheat sheet here. Oh, let's see. So this is 4 by 12. So you could get 3 of them out of a 12 by 12 inch piece. I am going to need this open. Did you know that yours opens? Or they open? Ooh, don't lose that. All right. So it is 4 by 12. We are going to score. I'm going to get my cutting blade out of the way. We're going to score at 2 1/4. Hopefully you can see. Yep, 2 1/4. I'm not pushing too hard. I don't want to tear it. 2 1/4 and 6 3/4. All right. Put that aside, at least for now. I came up with those measurements because I wanted this to be 5 1/4. So that's, and there was not a lot of science involved or math. I just guessed. So I knew I wanted the bottom 5 1/4, so I scored there. And then I decided how far up I wanted my pocket to go. So you could make this a bigger pocket. You could make it a narrow pocket. You know, whatever. Just play around. But this is what I wanted, and then I just measured it. And where did my... All right, and then this one folds up. Pretty simple. Lots of options for this. You could add a piece of cardstock on the bottom. Sorry, it's going to go this way. On the bottom ledge here so you can see this. I played around. This is Melon Mambo. I thought I cut a piece of white. No, that's for the next card. Let me cut a piece of white. Oh, where is it? So the piece of white on the inside is going to be 4 1/4, which is very handy because our paper is 8 1/2. I just cut it in half at 4 1/4 by 3 3/4. 3 3/4. So what I was talking about, you could put a piece down here so you can see that if you want. Pink might be kind of nice too, but anyway, so many ideas, so many ideas. So we're just going to adhere this down. Hi Debbie Anderson, nice to see you again. Deb is the one that introduced me to card ministry. Were you here when I mentioned that? I forgot to take pictures of the Easter cards I made at card ministry today, but of course I already donated them. I left them there. We had to make 100, how many? 140, I think. We make cards for the senior living center next to the church. And one of the people in card ministry works there or volunteers there. I'm not sure which. But she writes in all the cards and adds a treat. So we had to make 140. I made 4. Deb, I think you donated quite a few as well, didn't you? There's probably, what, 20, 30 of us in card ministry, so each of us made a few. So I'm going to use a glue dot, just like I did on the last card, and just put it right here in the corner. Another glue dot in this corner. You could use tear and tape if you want to keep that. So there's our basic card. All right. And then this is just going to go on the inside. I'm going to leave it here. I haven't finished that. Okay. I haven't finished this one either. Oh, I did adhere that. So for our tag, I have something new for you today. To get that rounded edge, I took the modern oval punch and I measured how wide this opening was. And I believe it is 1 9/16 or, well, 10/16 would be what? 1 5/8. So I have a piece that is just that wide. So I'm just going to round the top. So I put it in from the side, but instead of going straight through like that to punch the oval punch, I pull it back a little bit and pull it through the punch. And then I'm just going to center it. You could do the same with a circle. However wide your circle is, the diameter, create a piece of cardstock that wide and it'll fit through your circle and you can just get a nice rounded edge. Again, that's the modern oval or any rounded punch. Play around with your punches. See what kind of fun decorations you can get there. All right, the next thing I have is something brand new. It's going to be in the March online exclusives, and it's these 3 little punches. I believe it's called the whole assortment pack. So there are 3 little punches. Can you see this one is even labeled at 1/8 of an inch circle. We have a slit. I believe it's a 1/2 inch. I didn't measure it, but my 1/2 inch ribbon fit perfectly in there. Yes, there's a slit that's 1/2 inch, and then this one with the little bump in the top. I don't know what you call that, like kind of like a keyhole. And again, a 1/2 inch ribbon would fit through there. So if you're using twine, you just use the circle. But if you're using a ribbon and you want it to lay nice and flat, like it is here, I use the slit to make my slit for my ribbon. So that's what I did. I don't know what I'm going to do today. We'll see. I thought this led very well to the flowers. Oh, I should add some bling to those. And then this label, the For You, was from a fancy label. And the butterfly, I'll include some white butterflies, and you can just add some ink to it. Or they're paper butterflies, so they take ink very, very well. This one, I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's do the same. I did like that ribbon. So I'm going to, let's go from the back. So I'm going to center it left to right, and I'm going to try to line up my slit with where the edge of the circle or the rounded starts. So about there. So I centered it right to left and came down to just where the curve ends. Let's see how I did. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right. Ribbon. This is the white and silver ribbon. And then the twine is the 3-pack twine. Where did it go? The Balmy Blue and Lemon Lolly. It is called Baker's Twine 3-color pack. I've been using this a lot. And Fleur de Flamingo just happens to be in the paper. Somebody planned that really well for us, didn't they? All right, so a piece of twine and a piece of ribbon. I think I measured that backwards. I feel like I'm still learning how to use designer series paper. Oh, that piece of ribbon was way too long. So would you put a pocket, if you made this card, would you put a pocket? Or would you just adhere that flat and just make it a layer on your card? I'm curious. I think I know what the answer is for a couple of you. I think the pocket's kind of fun. You could put a gift card in there. You could put cash in there. I think of tags as bookmarks. And I'm doing more reading these days, so it's kind of fun to have tags. Sorry, I was off camera. I just wind the twine around the ribbon and make it look pretty. And just 2 overhand knots. That'd be a square knot, I think. 1, 2. All right. Oh, that is way too long, isn't it? And trim that off at an angle. Now, what are we going to do here? I thought we could use some, okay, something fancy were the ones I used before. That's what that is. I thought I grabbed some other dies. I did. I thought we would try some Unbounded Love dies instead of, just to do something different. So yesterday during the Super Bowl, I wasn't too interested in the game, but I took my big shot upstairs, so in front of the TV I had white scraps that I just sat and die cut for probably an hour and a half. So I've got lots of die cuts here, especially these narrow banner, what I call banners, scraps of white. When I cut layers like this, I always have strips of white that are like 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch, so these fit perfectly. So we could do a couple of those. What stamps do I have on my table today? The Bright Borders is in the mini catalog. I believe this is the stamp set that coordinates with these new little punches. It's called Tags of Thanks, and just lots of nice words. I love the font. It's easy to read, I think. I really like the block too. How about I appreciate you? Wonder if that will fit. I haven't made my cheat sheet for this yet. That does not fit. Let's keep looking. Does it fit on this one? It does. Look at that. So these are all in the Unbounded Love. Pick that up. Let's see what color I have here. Melon Mambo. It's just easiest to only use one. Stand up to do this. All right. I appreciate you. There we go. I'm finding that if I take the pink ink or pink or red ink off my stamps right away, they don't get stained near as much as the earlier ones. So I don't know if that's me doing a better job of taking the ink off right away, or if they have changed the process, or maybe the what they use to make the photopolymer, but they're not getting stained like the old ones did even a couple years ago. So I don't know, but the staining obviously doesn't affect how they work, just how they look as a stamp. So there's that. All right, and then I thought we could do a pretty peacock butterfly. Oh, where did my paper go? I had. Here we go. So I've talked about this in my Frugal Friday ink. Instead of cleaning it up with a rag and throwing the ink away, I put excess ink on a piece of cardstock. Now we're going to use a blending brush. Oh, I'm going to spill my can of water. And how about this medium-sized butterfly? So if you purchase this week, I'll send you these card kits, and I'll send a couple butterflies for you to play with. So this one, look at it, it's got some green on it. So I'm just going to start in the middle and blend out. It is, like I said, it's just paper, so you have to be kind of careful. So I'm just blending out just to start to give him some color. I'm going to use Pretty Peacock, like I said. I don't know if there's Pretty Peacock in that paper or not, so I'm going to clean it off on here and just gently add some Pretty Peacock. And I am purposefully going on this scrap because I thought it would be kind of fun. So I'm kind of using it like a mask to add butterflies to my scrap paper here too. Not wasting any ink. All right, so just some light color on the whole butterfly. And then the way I got this butterfly, that I just added more ink to the outer edge. So I inked it up, and then to start on the outer edge and gradually go in. Oh, look at that. I kind of like that. All right, turn it around. Add some ink. Start on the outside. Oh, wait. I lost sight of myself. Okay, there we are. You could probably do this with a sponge dauber as well. I mean, I could hold it up and go like this too, but then I'd have ink all over my hands, and I don't want that today. All right. I really like that dark. I'm going to add dark down here. Oh, that's really dark. That's right. Just keep blending, keep blending. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Let's do this some over here. So really dark. There we go. On the edge. Very fun to play with. Paper butterflies. And I didn't have to die cut them. That's kind of the fun part of it. They come like this. I'll let you look at that while I clean my hands so I don't get ink everywhere. Sorry, this is going to be a long video, isn't it? That's all right. I have another great card to show you. So there's our butterfly. I should show you what this looks like too. Look at the butterfly wings. That'll be kind of fun. Maybe punch out a butterfly there or die cut a butterfly. Okay. So I'm going to bend this up just ever so slightly. It's dry already. Like I said, it's just paper. Oh, isn't he cute? Oh, I think we're going to do that. I'm just putting this flat with green glue. It's going to go right there. Okay, and then I have some mini dimensionals, and I have a scissors that I use for adhesives, and I cut right down a row of mini dimensionals. It's funny, they're already mini, and I'm cutting them in half. So to put this on here, I just wanted a little height to it, just like this one. This one is bigger than this, so I have more spaces to put it. But I pick up that half of dimensional and put it right in the middle. And the second one right there. Now when I turn it over and I touch it, it is not sticky. Well, it is a little bit, isn't it? This one was quite sticky. I'll show you what I did, if I can find it. This I use to anti-static cardstock before I heat emboss it. I've heard it's just talc powder, I believe, or like baby powder. So you can just tap it on there, and whatever adhesive was showing will not show anymore. I did that on this one because this was quite sticky. Even my half mini dimensionals was too big for this one. But now I will take my liners off of here, and those are sticky. See, he's sticky. And we will put him right there. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Now, with this one, I had a few ideas. I could fussy cut flowers so the flowers on here match the flowers on the card. That might be a bit much. So I think what I will do is just cut a narrow strip of this, like 3/8 of an inch, really narrow, just to tie the tag into. I think we're going to go blue. I know it's upside down for you. Actually, we're going to turn this over. And we're going to make this the front of our tag. And I'm going to use the lines on my mat to create a line of glue. Put that on there. And trim that off. I do have garbage right there. I didn't throw it on the floor. And I don't know if I'll stamp something on there. That'd be a fun place to write too. But for now, it's just going to stay like that. That might be a little long. You'd have to put this down to actually put it in the envelope. And then I can stamp on here too. Or whatever. I'll just adhere it for now. But you know, I like to stamp before I adhere in case I make a mistake. But I'll take my chances this time. So there's one fun fold card. This I'm just going to put near the top. So it's kind of fun to see. I probably should have used the same blue as on here. I could stamp, here come the ideas. I could use that stamp set from that kit I showed you at the beginning and stamp some pretty peacock butterflies up here in the sky. I think I'll do that later. Wouldn't that be pretty? And that way it would tie this, the color of the butterfly into the rest of the card. So there are two cards for you. I'll just review this. The designer series paper was 4 by 12. I scored it at 2 1/4 and 6 3/4. And then I just adhered it to a quarter of a sheet. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then the white on the inside is 4 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then I created a tag using our punch. So that's card number 1. All right, card number 2. Let me clean up a little bit. I don't need near this much stuff. Oh, I will include some sequins, just to add some bling to those cards. I'm not going to bother now. You know what bling looks like on a card. Because this one is a fun fold that we need to put together. So it is, see, I didn't adhere that either because I want to stamp on it. I got this one from Julie Davison. She posted about this on her blog January 13th, 2023. So 2 years ago, she called it I don't know what she called it. Diamond Z fold, I think. Isn't that cute? Of course, that needs to be adhered. All right. So that's our basic card. We're going to use boho blue this time. So this piece is 4 1/4 by 11. I haven't scored it, so I'll get my scoring out. So we're going to score it at 2 places, here and here. Well, I'll just do it. I'll show you. Rather than explaining, I'll just show you. It's easier. 4 1/4 by 11. Get your cutting blade out of the way. Ask me how I know. We are going to score it 5 1/2. So it's just a Z fold. Make sure it's flush along the top. This is cardstock, so I can really push into it. 5 1/2 and 7 7/8. So almost 9 inches. And score. So 5 1/2, 8 and 7/8. Sorry, if you wrote that down. 8 and 7/8. And it's just a Z-fold, so we're going to fold it in half. And burnish. And then we're going to fold this back. And burnish both sides. We want to make sure that's going to... So noisy on my glass mat. All right, now we are going to take a pencil, get your trimmer back out, and we're going to mark the middle of the narrow flap. So this 2 and I think that's not 2 1/4. It is 2 1/8. Okay, so this is 4 1/4. So we're going to mark the middle, which is 2 1/8. I'm just going to make a little mark right there. I don't know if you can see it, but I made a mark right in the middle. So I'm going to cut. So I'm making this diamond shape, this point. I'll just mark on here. So I'm going to cut from the middle point to this scoring. So I'm going to cut this off. So from the middle to the score, I'm going to cut this off. Where's my take your pick tool? There it is. So I'm going to put that mark in the middle right on the score line, or the cut line, and I'm going to line it up here. Let me get it lined up first. So my middle here and the score right here. I'm going to hold it with my plastic and cut it right off. I wrote on it, so I'll throw it away. The other ones I saved because you can use them for something. So you put it back to the middle and the score line there. So the score to the middle where you marked it. And cut it off. Throw that away. Okay. And I already have my other pieces cut. And I wrote down how big they are. So a 4... Okay, let me slow down. A 3-inch square is going to adhere right there. You know what? Let's just do it. So that's what makes your point, and we're going to put some adhesive on here. And our 3-inch square. No, I can't do it on the table. I have to hold it up. A 3-inch square makes our Z-fold. A diamond Z-fold. All right, and then I have some fun designer series paper from the Storybook. Oh boy, Storybook Garden. Kathy, you'll know. This one with the animals and this one. I used the strawberry side, and then I pulled in the plaid, the other one in the Storybook Garden. I think it's called. I don't know, but I wanted the boho blue, and that was in this paper. So you need 2 pieces. I'll include this in a blog post. 2 pieces that are 4 by 3 1/8. 1 piece that is 4 by 2, and that's going to go here. And then a square that is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, which will go right here. Let's put those on right away. So that does cardstock was 3 inches. This is 2 3/4 inches. Look at that plaid. Isn't that pretty? It fits right there. Looks good. And then I want these 2 to match. So I use the strawberry. Which way do I want it? So when I made this card, I had to use 2 6-inch squares. Because this paper, the plaid, is 6 inches. Oh, look at those rabbits. Aren't they cute? So that was quite a bit. I guess I don't realize how much I'm using when I use a 12-inch piece of designer series paper. Oh, that was close. I almost dropped it with adhesive on. All right, so this lines up perfectly. It's 4 by 3 1/8. Then I have a second one that's 4 by 3 1/8. But I was running out of berry paper, so I just took a blue plaid from the Plaid Designer Series paper. It's also, like I said, part of the same suite, but it's a different pack of paper. You'll see me use this plaid for Father's Day. It'll be kind of fun. You don't really have to have this piece because it goes on the inside of your card. Sorry, there. That's not quite upside down for you. I dropped something over there. I don't know what it was. Oh my, sorry. I need to get it. It goes on the front of my card. All right. Sorry, we're kind of long today. But they're so cute. Look at this, the strawberries. Again, this one is 4 by 2. If you don't have pattern paper, you can stamp it and make your own pattern paper, right? If you don't have ones that coordinate. That goes right there. I changed out my white for basic beige. I just thought it went better with the pieces that I'm going to include on the front. Normally I would stamp on this first, but I will chance it. Right, like that. And there is the basic card. Isn't that fun? I kind of like them. This one I haven't finished, obviously. What was this one? But for this one, I thought we would use a basic beige circle. So I die cut a whole bunch using the stylish shapes. I thought the watering can was cute, and then I have more strawberries to go there. And I have that For You already on a block. We're just going to use that. I didn't grab my boho blue ink. I'm just going to use Misty Moonlight because it's just a nicer, darker, I think it's a darker version of boho. Put that off to the side. So you might be wondering where I got these duck cuts. They come with the pattern, this pattern paper. I will show them to you in a minute. I don't think I've used them very much. I see you guys are chatting, or somebody said something. I did ask what they were. Kathy probably told us. The DSBS Storybook Moments. Thank you, ma'am. You probably knew that off at the top of your head. I know you like this paper. It's fun to play with. Nice colors. Lots of colors in here. So we're going to put this like that. Oops. And now I have adhesive. And this one we'll put on. There we go. Where's my big tool? There we go. A few little dimensionals on our watering can. And then I think we'll just put this berries on flat. Oh, and I did grab some boho blue embellishments. Boho blue is one of the in colors that will be leaving us. And as soon as they announce it and tell us it's official, things will sell out quickly. So if you like boho blue, copper clay, petable path, moody mauve, and wild wheat, get them now. Oh, isn't that cute? We'll add some bling. And it'll be even more cute if I can find it. Are these, nope, that's not what I was going to show you. All right. You can see I've put together a few different packs of these, but I noticed some blue ones in here still. And I like to have paper under my, when I use my take your pick, I like to have paper. We'll just put one of each size because I don't want to have to think about it. 1, 2, 3. In a triangle. Just like that. Oh, that's cute. For you. And that could be anything. It could be a thank you, could be a thinking of you, could be a get well. That's a great sentiment. All right, let's show you the rest of these die cuts. I think I showed them to you when the paper first came out. So the paper includes a piece where it's green on the back. And then if you cut it apart just so, these were all separated. But now, kind of like that kit I started with at the beginning. I don't know how these fit together, but you get the idea. I just cut these apart right where they were separated. And look at these in here. Some of these, this was 2 packs, obviously, because I've got 2 of those and 2 of those. But I can use them like small pieces of designer series paper. Carrots, isn't that cute? Or I could just use the green if I don't like those. So there was 2 sheets of that. Oh goodness, I'm throwing things on the floor. And then there were these die cuts, and this is not all of them. I had somebody take me up on my product share, so I sent, I think, a full sheet of these to Diane. Didn't I, Diane? She'll let me know when I see her on Saturday. But look at all these. This is where the watering can and the strawberries came from. They were all these extra pieces. And these were die cut, colored, ready to go. Look at her, isn't she cute? Whoops. Isn't she cute? And I was playing around with punches on the paper, and that's the strawberry paper. The animals were on the back side of that. So lots of fun options. This will be fun to use for Easter. With the bunny rabbit. Oh, that would be cute. I think we'll give him some carrots. Anyway, so that is the storybook. What'd you call it, Kathy? Storybook. Oh, goodness. Storybook moments. So, let's pull our cards back out. So we have our diamond Z fold. So there's the watering can. That was a die cut. I didn't have to color them. And then our pocket card is what I'm going to call it. So that's what I got for you today. Thanks for joining me. And happy birthday, Mom. I'll call you tomorrow. Let's see if anybody had any questions. You guys usually answer each other's questions for me. Thank you very much. Storybook Friends is the one with the animals. Thank you. Sequins. Oh, hi, Kristen. I didn't see you there. Thank you for joining me. And Jean Schiller. Hello, hello. I missed your hellos. I was too busy stamping, right? Oh, pocket. Oh. All right. Let's see. Order delivered today. Kathy wondered when Alma had ordered. Things were coming very quickly. I had an order. I placed one last week. It was in my hands less than a week after I ordered it, which is fast. Very, very fast. Oh, sorry, these are out of focus, out of camera. We had a pre-order, which is when I got my little punches, and that put us a couple days behind. So, be patient with your orders right now, but they are coming quickly. I know they're working. Let's see. Thank you. I thought the storybook was pretty fun. All right. I think that's everybody's questions. Thank you. I'm glad you liked my cards. They were fun to make. The bright colored flowers were fun on a chilly day like this. And then this just seems nostalgic to me with the storybook garden. So thanks for joining me. Have a great week, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.